welcome back to my channel. Now this week is the 24-week pregnancy update, and even though it seems like just another week, it is actually quite a big week this week. Baby has hit the first viability marker, which means that if she was to come early, she would be able to help fight to get through, which is quite amazing because it is still 16 weeks to go, which seems a long time, and a lot going on in those next 16 weeks. If I keep looking down, it's because I've got my notes, so don't forget anything. So this week, baby is about 11.5 inches long and weighs about £1.1/3, which is about the size of a corn on the cob. Just about that big, which is quite cool. So this week I haven't had any symptoms as such. However, there was a big incident this week whereby I was laying in bed and I felt a gush of water. So I had to call our local ADAU, which is the antenatal day assessment unit at my local hospital, and go and get checked. Quite luckily we found out it wasn't my waters, which I am so glad about. I was so worried that my waters had gone and I was going into preterm labour, but it hasn't, and she's alright. Her heartbeat was there, but because of that I am now on regular checks, even more so than I was before with my cholestasis, just to keep an eye on things. But they think it might have just been an infection or something like that, but they checked for everything and there's no infections or anything, so I'm quite happy that nothing is wrong, because that was quite worrying. I ended up having to ship Carter to my mum's for the day, while I went and spent the day at the hospital being monitored, having checks and stuff like that, but just glad that everything is okay, and she's not on her way. Other than that, movements this week have been very strong, to a point where I will feel her on both sides of my stomach, so I will be kicked and punched each side of my stomach both at the same time. But this week Carter felt a movement for the very first time and he completely freaked out and ran into the kitchen and hid, and the second time he felt her move, he actually hit her, at which she kicked him back. So they're already fighting and she's not even here yet. My cholestasis has not returned yet, so I am really grateful, but I am due a set of bloods in 2 weeks to make sure that my liver function is where it should be, and see if it's slightly raised or not. I have had some itching, but after talking to the midwife over the phone, they have said it's just down to the heat, and they've sort of checked it over. They didn't do bloods, but they aren't concerned at the moment that it is my cholestasis, so we've just got to keep an eye on that if itching does return. I haven't yet got any stretch marks. However, my stretch marks from Carter have become a lot more visible, and you can actually see them more now than you could before. They've not stretched anymore per se, but even though they're silver, you can definitely see them and they're more predominant than they used to be. As for cravings, this week I have had a big craving for cinnamon buns, and I have checked everywhere in all of our local stores, in our local bakeries and everything, and they don't actually sell cinnamon buns. And when I say cinnamon buns, I mean like the American style buns with lashings of cream cheese frosting. I've only found the cinnamon swirl danishes, and I tried one of those to see if it would curb the craving, and it's not. So that craving has still gone unattended, but I'm trying to be really good and not do it. But I think if this craving carries on, I'm going to have to just give in and actually make my own, which I know is a long process because I've made them before, but we'll just have to wait and see if this craving goes away or not. But anyway guys, let's go show you my bump. Guys, so it looks like I have no clothes on, but I do. I've got a pair of shorts and a vest on because it's really hot. But this is the bump from the front, and as you can see, it's actually started hanging out now. And that's the bump from the side. Now that's the bump from the front without anything. And side. And the other side. So I don't know if you can see, but my stretch marks down here are a lot more visible than they used to be. But she is getting really big and she's quite low now. And you can still start to feel her on either side of my belly now. Because it's quite hard to touch, where it used to just be kind of soft. Anyway guys, I hope you have enjoyed my 24-week pregnancy update. If you want to see more, there are previous week updates, and there will be another one in 2 weeks' time at my 26-week update, at which point I would have had my next set of cholestasis bloods and also my midwife check. So I will let you know how that goes. But if you enjoyed this video, then give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or anything, then either comment below or send me a message. But I'd love to hear from you guys. And don't forget to click that subscribe button. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.